The crisis with Israel's medical services escalated on Wednesday as dozens more residents resigned on Wednesday, and dozens of additional senior doctors handed in letters of resignation in solidarity. Around 400 residents reportedly resigned on Wednesday, while at least 200 senior doctors handed in their letters. In solidarity, 60 fifth-year medical students from Tel Aviv University demonstrated outside of Ichilov Hospital in Tel Aviv. Meanwhile, residents, senior doctors, and medical students presented a petition to the High Court against the agreement over pay and conditions signed by the government and the Israel Medical Association in August this year, and the 9-year duration of the agreement, which, quote, puts the doctors in a position where they have no choice. The petition is the third of its kind to be presented by doctors to the High Court. The Shin Bet security service announced on Wednesday that over the past 2 months it broke up 2 terrorist cells in the West Bank that had conducted shooting attacks and planted explosive charges against Israel Defense Forces patrols. The cells did not belong to terrorist organizations and were locally organized. One cell was made up of residents of Shura, east of Bethlehem. Among other acts, the cell shot at a military police jeep near the security barrier north of Beit Sahur in August and was involved in other shooting and Molotov cocktail incidents. A Shin Bet investigation found that the cell members were between the ages of 18 and 22 and wanted to harm security forces personnel. Also, cell members planned to kill settlers traveling in the area of their village. Among other weaponry, a Carl Gustav rifle was found in the home of one of the cell's collaborators. Another cell was made up of residents of Zuata near Nablus. This cell is suspected of planting an explosive charge against the IDF patrol near the village in September. 2 cell members, both 21 years old, were once active in Hamas. The Shin Bet said, however, that both cells were locally organized and were part of what the defense establishment calls, quote, popular terrorism. The cells were not tied to the infrastructure of Hamas or any other terrorist group. The U.S. Air Force has taken delivery of a new 30,000-pound bomb from Boeing that is capable of penetrating deeply buried enemy targets. The huge bunker buster, dubbed the Massive Ordnance Penetrator, MOP, is built to fit the B-2 stealth bomber. Air Force spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Jack Miller said in a short statement that the Air Force Global Strike Command started receiving the bombs in September. He added that the deliveries, quote, will meet requirements for the current operational need. The bomb delivery report comes at a time when the international community is trying to increase its efforts to convince Iran to abandon its nuclear program, while reports on Israel's plans to carry out a strike against Iran's nuclear facilities are increasing. The efforts have gone into overdrive following the publication of the United Nations' International Atomic Energy Agency report last week, stating that Iran was trying to develop an atomic bomb to fit on a missile capable of hitting Israel. Iran has 2 underground nuclear weapons facilities that are known to the West, one underground near the city of Natanz and the other on a mountainside near the city of Qom. Heavy rains, hail, and thunderstorms hit Israel Monday evening, flooding businesses and surprising residents nationwide. The Azrieli Mall in Modi'in had to be closed in the evening when water reportedly piled 2 meters high outside its main entrance and flooded the premises. Police and fire crews were alerted to the scene, and according to Meteotech meteorologist Nachum Malik, more flooding was expected in low regions along the coastal plain, where dozens of millimeters of precipitation are expected overnight. Malik said sometimes the forecast gets it right. Omri Caspi, the first Israeli to play in the NBA, signed a contract on Tuesday with Maccabi Tel Aviv, the team that he started his professional career with. The contract will come into effect in the increasingly likely event that the current labor strife leads to the cancellation of the entire NBA season. Caspi will not be able to join Maccabi until January 1st for tax reasons. Caspi was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers over the summer after 2 seasons with the Sacramento Kings, where he was a first-round draft pick. He has not yet played with the Cleveland team. While Caspi expressed his delight at rejoining the team he left in 2009 for the Sacramento Kings, Maccabi head coach David Blatt was a lot cooler. He said, "I don't understand what all the fuss is about. Omri isn't here yet." Blatt insists, however, that Caspi's return to Maccabi has nothing to do with the likelihood that other EuroLeague teams will be signing NBA players in the near future.